Right, so this is a quick video on making a bass line with a boingy ruler sound. So I've just recorded the sound onto tape there of the ruler being boinged. And what I'm doing is just trying to find the start of that sample, cut the tape again in a minute, and I'm going to make a loop out of that sound. That'll allow me to change the speed in the variable speed tape machine there, the Revox A77. On my last video I spent a lot of time fast forwarding and rewinding it to get the sample over and over again. This is a much easier way of doing it. I do usually do this, I've no idea why I didn't on the last video. So yep, just making the loop now. Cutting the tape to size in the splicing block and using splicing tape to join it together. So now I've put the loop into the Revox A77. I'm just using some little metal grommet things to hold that in place and a ruler to stop it falling off. And I'm tuning it using the speed control. That's a test tone I've got off a sine generator on my phone. Can't remember the exact note this was supposed to be, but I think it might be C or G, I can't remember. But yeah, just changing the speed there until it's the right pitch. The thing about the boingy ruler sound is that it does change over time. It drops in pitch obviously as the vibration slows down, but I'm just getting it to the closest I can. Now what I'm doing is using the patch bay to send the signal from the variable speed tape machine into one of the Tandberg 15s. And I'm going to use the Tandberg 15 to make copies of each note on a new piece of tape. So there we go, recording the number of boings I need at that pitch. And just marking off on the pad that I've done that. And how many are recorded as well, crucially, so I know where to find them on the tape. This is the next note. Just mark that off on the pad so I can keep track. Finding the next note that I need. I've sped this up a bit because it's more of the same really. You can hear it basically is in tune there. And then I'm recording a couple of instances to the tape. And then another higher pitch note. I've rewound the tape there, and I'm going to go through the tape and mark off the start position of each note using the Chinagraph pencil to the left there. So as I pull the tape past the playhead, I can hear the sound going past, and I can mark off that initial transient using the pencil. The reason I use a Chinagraph pencil is that it's ideally suited for writing on smooth or waxy surfaces that a normal pen or pencil wouldn't take to. And white, obviously, because it stands out against the dark tape. So there's lots of scrubbing backwards and forwards here, getting the notes ready to chop up. So I've sped this up. Okay, so what I've done now is cut out all of the notes and measured them to the length I need. As you can see on the splicing block, I've got a little metal ruler superglued to it. This makes it easier than pulling the tape off, putting it against the ruler and marking off the length I need for each individual note. This way I can just drag it onto the splicing block, pull it to the right length and cut there and then. Might not sound like a huge improvement, but when you're doing hundreds and hundreds of pieces of tape, it saves hours. I'm just assembling the notes using the tape into the order required on the score in front of me. And of course each piece of tape has been measured in inches and fractions of an inch to ensure that they correspond to the musical time of crotchets, beats, minims, blah 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 blah. Quite fiddly, but not very difficult really if you plan it ahead. The hardest part is getting it all measured out really. Once you've got it out in front of you in the order you need, it's a pretty simple process to just stick it all together. Okay, so there's the loop. Let's have a listen. Well, that sounds pretty good, doesn't it, for half an hour of work? Here it is with a slightly out of time loop on the other machine. Ta-da! There you go. Just a quick demonstration because I thought the ruler was a fun sound. If you have any questions about this technique, you can have a look at my other video, making melodies with 1960s style tape sampling, or please feel free to ask me a question in the comments below. As ever, please do like and subscribe because it all helps pay for my horrible studio. Thank you very much. Bye.